Hello and welcome. Right, this is a preview of everything that's going to be available during the live sale on Monday the 19th of February at 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, or daylight saving, or whatever the heck it is. Anyway, we've got 41 lots in total, about 230 books all in, and I'm just going to run through the bundles and the individual items that we will have available for you to bid on. How the auction will work is subscribers only will be able to bid, and quite simply, a lot gets started. I will put in the comments what that lot is and its starting price, and then you guys bid away to your heart's content to see who wins that particular lot. Everything is just going to start at £1. I'm going to keep it simple. All lots starting at £1. There are a few single books in there, but the single books are special editions, signed editions, first editions, so we'll just be starting at £1 for everything. Whenever a new higher bid comes in, we'll give it another 15 seconds on that auction to give everyone a chance for the comments to update and see what's going on and get their additional bids in. Hoping this will take about an hour to get through all of the lots, probably a wee bit longer, but going to try and keep it as close to the hour as possible. Once you have won an auction, you need to email me at the email address that will be attached. It's bigbundlesofbooks@gmail.com, but all of this will be in the description for the auction, and there's also a link attached to this which will take you to a wee blog page which just gives you a full list of everything that's available and the instructions that go with it. So when you win an auction, you just need to email me your username and your postal address, so your delivery address. If you've bid before and won before, just ping through your username so that I've got a full record of everything that's available. I'll already have your delivery address unless you want to update that, and then I will send out an invoice, so you'll be able to pay it by PayPal, and once that's paid, we'll get them all shipped out to you. So that usually takes a day or so to get everything processed and get it out. Your final bid, there's no additional fees or anything attached to that, but it will have postage added on. So if it's less than 2 kilos, we're looking about £3.50 in postage. 2 to 5, it's about £6.50. 5 and above, round about a tenner in postage for that, so that will get added on at the end of it. So if you're buying lots and lots of books, then potentially there could be £5, £10, £20 in postage that will need to be paid on top of that. So please keep that in mind when you're bidding, and I don't want it to be a surprise when that comes through. Right, that's the housekeeping out of the way. So let's just have a look through the lots that are going to be available. I'm going to do them in reverse order to how they'll be listed. So the final listing I'll be showing you first, and then I'll work my way backwards so you can see everything that is coming up. So let's start. The biggies will be at the end. We have 4 Brandon Sandersons, 2 hardcovers and 2 paperbacks. These lists and sell for different prices. You can get, £4 or £5 for the paperbacks, £30 plus for the Shadows of Self, and £50, £60, £70 for that copy of Elantris. I'll obviously show you more detail of them on the day of the sale, but for now I just want to get through and show you all 40 odd listings. We then have signed Destiny Soria, Fire with Fire, so that'll be on its own. Emily Victoria, This Golden Flame, these are Fairy Loot books, signed again. A Sky Beyond the Storm by Saba Tahir, signed again. Peter James, Absolute Proof, signed. Chris Brookmeyer, Fallen Angel, signed. Chris Brookmeyer, Where the Bodies Are Buried, signed. Then The Bird Singers, so that's a paperback, but it is again signed by the author, not as high value as some of the others. And A Pattern of Secrets, again signed by the author. So that's the first little chunk. I'll go and grab the next bundle. Right, next, 2 Wallace and Gromit Haynes manuals. They seem to sell for quite good money. I was surprised at how much they're potentially worth. Then we have 2 signed Peter May thrillers and 5 signed Chris Ryan thrillers. So all of these are lots, and like I say, they will be starting at £1 each. So some bargains in there for either reselling or if you're a collector, whatever you might need. Next, first edition Donna Tartt The Goldfinch. Is a lovely book, and I especially like it because it has its wee stick-on goldfinch picture from the original bit of art that the whole thing's based on. So yep, Donna Tartt The Goldfinch. Then we have The Great Dune Trilogy, Frank Herbert. It's a wee bit dusty, but otherwise in really, really good condition. Next, we have a bundle of TV movie paperbacks. So just a wee mixed bundle that I picked up. Some of these are worth a couple of quid, some of them are worth a few quid. Some of them I've not even comped, but yeah, a nice wee selection of those in there. And this lot, we have a stack of antiquarian vintage Just William books. So William the Bold, William the Bad, More William, the William and the Tramp. Sorry, I've got one in there that shouldn't be there because it's by John Creasy, got nothing to do with being Just William. So yeah, 4 Just William hardcover books, all from 40s, 50s, 60s. We'll put them in the pile too. Right, next we have a big bundle of kids books. We've got a stack of Megan Mogg. We've got a wee stack of Peppa Pig. Couple of Kippers. Oh, a big chunky Thomas the Tank Engine. Some Harry and the Dinosaurs. A Paddington suitcase. It's not the complete set, I think there's 6 out of 8 in there. Some Mr. Men books. Everybody loves Mr. Men. And a wee bundle of more Paddington books. So similar to the ones in the suitcase, but you know, a big chunk of Paddington books there, all ready to go out the door. So that's one kids lot, and there's about 43 books in total. Right, next we've got some music related books. So Pictorial of the Doors, Classic Blues for easy guitar. Then we've got some biography types. We've got a bit of Queen Unseen, Keith Richards' Life, John Peel, Bez, Jimi Hendrix, and the most rock and roll of them all, Barry Manilow. Right, and I'll go and grab the next lot. Right, showed you these the other day, but I'll show you them again. A little bundle of magic books, so just vintage little paperbacks, you know, Paul Daniels, So You Want to Be a Magician, Lawrence White, David Nixon, and one autobiography of a self-educated hamster, I, Houdini. So that's a little bundle. Put them in their place. Then we have a stack of David Walliams hardcovers. You know how much I love selling these. They are brilliant books to go out the door. And then after the David Walliams hardcovers, David Walliams, we've got the David Walliams paperbacks. So another nice little turning into a heavy stack part there, ready to go on Monday. Then we've got a few different thriller bundles, but this will be the final of the thriller bundles to go. So we've got a bit of a mix, you know, Val McDermott, Stuart McBride, Denzel Merrick, Mark Billingham, Peter James, Peter May, Rankin, Nesbo, Gerald Seymour, James Oswald. So that's a nice little stack of thrillers, and more thrillers in just a second. Right, next stack of thrillers will be, it's all the ladies. So we've got everything from Kate Atkinson all the way up to J.K. Rowling, or Roberta Galbraith, Karen Slaughter, Tess Gerritsen, Val McDermott. Who's else we've got? L.J. Ross, Anne Cleeves. You know, a nice little mix of lady thriller writers, which are actually probably more popular than if you add up all the men's ones. Bit weird. Then we have a bundle of historical fiction, so everything from a few kind of historical war books, you know, like Anthony Ritchie's, Christian Cameron, Douglas Jackson, to more intellectual books, Hilary Mantel, so The Mirror and the Light, Lindsay Davis, and The Captive Queen of Scots, which is actually a first edition vintage historical novel. So we've got that stack there. Most of these stacks are 10 books, some of them 9. You'll be able to see them on the descriptions. Then following that, we have another big bundle of books. These are all horror, supernatural. So Stephen King, Dean Koontz, James Herbert, Peter Benchley, so the guy that wrote Jaws, White Shark. Actually, it's quite good. And then a couple of slightly more obscure ones in there as well. Joe Coffin and Damage and Dread. Oh, and a wee Anne Rice, The Vampire Lestat, stacked in there as well. Right, after that, we've got some more thriller. Right, next stack of thrillers. It's all the boys. So Connolly, Baldacci, Greg Hurwitz, Graham Masterton, the Reverend Richard Coles, James Henry, Rankin, Linwood Barclay, Stephen Booth. So another stack of thrillers there for everyone's delight. We'll put them in their stack. And then we have some kind of classic literature. So the biggie in there, 7 Pillars of Wisdom by Lawrence of Arabia. Then we've got Faust, the Aeneid, a bit of Dickens, Tolstoy, Marcel Proust. So a nice wee stack in there. The one at the bottom can sell for good money if it's got its dust jacket. As it stands, you can still get a fair price for it, but it's a nice wee set of classic literature. Let's put them in their spot. If I can wriggle them in. Oh, get in there. There we go. They're down. Right. After that, we have first edition Bernard Cornwell, The Pale Horseman. And then a stack of Bernard Cornwell paperbacks. So just a mixture across a few of his different series, but all nice books. Again, everything here, I'll try to make sure it's in as good condition as possible. Right, let's go and grab the next lot. Right, some kids' books next. 3 Chris Riddell's, Goth Girl, and what's her name? Ottiline. I was going to say Isadora Moon, but it's not, it's Ottiline. We've got 3 of them. Then we've got 4 Treehouse books. What have we got? 13, 104, 65 and 78. So again, not a full set by any stretch, but they do very, very well for me. And then we have a bundle of Goosebumps. So 8 of them in total. A couple more vintage than the others, but again, a nice set that typically does really well as a bundle, or if you've got kids that you want to give nightmares to, ideal. Right, another bundle now, women's fiction, and we've got everything from Marion Keyes, Dilly Court, Jojo Moyes, all the way through to Jenny Colgan, Katie Flynn, Dina Jeffries and Jane Costello. So a wee stack of 10 women's fictions books. Okay, another author bundle, which is John Grisham. So a nice wee stack of John Grisham paperbacks, all different titles. Even though The Whistler and Grey Mountain look the same, it's 2 different books. Next we have, getting on to some heavy boys here. Ultimate Star Wars in the slipcase, and it has the original prints within it as well, so it includes 2 exclusive prints, and they are still in there inside the book. Right, next one is the controversial listing for the day. It's a stack of World War II books. We've got A Bridge Too Far, Freedom the Spur, Steel Inferno and Panzer Ace. And finally in that bundle is the 50th anniversary commemorative edition World War II. So that's by Ivor Mattanley, I can't see it. You know, the foreword by Montgomery, Rommel, Eisenhower. So we've got that big World War II book there. I know one of those titles is a little bit controversial. Historically, it's fascinating. Ideologically, it's terrifying and should never be read or viewed as anything like that. If somebody wants that bundle and doesn't want that book, I completely understand. Just let me know and I'll bin it. I keep going to bin it, but binning any book is just so difficult to do for me. So I haven't done that yet, but that's the World War II bundle. Right, final stretch. We have 2 trilogies, so The Hunger Games and Divergent, Suzanne Collins and Veronica Roth. So that's 2 sets there, and obviously they are the matching set types, so they're both of the same series of what they are meant to be. Put them back there. Then we have, where are we? Here we go. 4 Lee Childs. I was trying to build a bigger bundle of Lee Child, but I'm just not finding them at the moment. And I know that one says Andrew Grant, but that is actually Andrew Child, who now writes with his brother Lee. So there you go, Andrew Child. And that is Andrew Child as well. So that was his first book on his own that he wrote. Now he writes with big brother Lee. So we've got the 4 of them going out. And all of these starting at £1. Then we've got the last 2. 6 James Patterson paperbacks, all in really nice, clean condition. And finally, or what will be firstly on the listing, 3 Leslie Pierce, a couple of paperbacks and a hardcover, and that's what will be kicking the whole auction off. Right, so that's everything that's going to be up for sale on the sale on Monday, the 19th of February at 7 p.m. Great Britain time. So if you want to take part, make sure you're subscribed. Join us at 7 o'clock or a little bit before. I might be there a wee bit early for a bit of a chat before we get going. Everything will be starting at £1 per lot, and then it's up to you guys what you do with that, how much you actually want to pay for them. Postage will be an addition based on what the actual postage cost is for each complete one lot. So if you win 1 lot, the postage will be what it costs. If you win 5 lots, then all of them get combined and the postage will be what it costs. If you win a lot, you email me at bigbundlesofbooks@gmail.com with your YouTube username and your delivery address, and then I will send out an invoice for the total amount including postage, and as soon as that's paid, they get packed up and dropped off with either Royal Mail or DPD, depending whereabouts in the country they're going and depending which is the cheapest cost to get them to you. I'm not using Every, I'm not using Yodel, Royal Mail or DPD. Those will be the 2 providers used to get everything shipped out to you. So looking forward to seeing some of you, all of you there. It was really, last time was really good and it went on for 2.5 hours. Really don't want it to be that long. Aiming for around about an hour to get through this lot. Will probably be a wee bit more. And then yeah, I shall see you then.